Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. I gotta tell you, I am usually very sad when somebody passes away. But for some reason, I'm not feeling that way today, because today I get to tell you that Carolyn Bryant is dead. Carolyn Bryant was the white woman who accused Emmett Till, a 14-year-old African-American boy, of making advances towards her in a grocery store in Money, Mississippi in 1955. After Carolyn lied on Emmett, her husband Roy Bryant and his half-brother J.W. Milliam snatched Emmett out of his bed, brutally beat him, tied a radiator fan around his neck, and drowned him in the river. Now, after Emmett was pulled out of the river, the case went to trial, but Carolyn got up on the stand and lied for her husband. And based on her white privilege and her white word, the jury only deliberated for 67 minutes before they returned with a verdict of not guilty. Now, during an interview in 2007, Carolyn Bryant finally admitted that she lied about Emmett Till making advances towards her, and she also said that when she got up on the stand, she lied. Well, yesterday this chick died, and I gotta tell you, I ain't sad about it. And as a matter of fact, if I could play the clip from The Wizard of Oz where it says, "Ding dong, the witch is dead," I would do it. Because this chick right here is a prime example of one of the worst examples of humanity. I mean, how empty and dark does your heart have to be for you to do that to a child and then walk on with your life like nothing ever happened? I mean, to tell you the truth, I actually feel safer on Earth now that this chick is not on it. Listen, let me know what you think about Carolyn Bryant passing away. And while we're talking about people passing away, let me say rest in peace to Jerry Springer. I mean, watching a Jerry Springer show back in the day was like driving past a car crash. You don't want to look, but you gotta look. And whether you like Jerry or not, you gotta give Jerry credit, because Jerry came in between Geraldo, Sally, Montel, and Oprah, and he took the #1 spot. And that wasn't easy to do back in the day, because before Oprah owned OWN, Oprah owned daytime TV. Now check it out. It appears as though Offset is still a little salty and throwing a little shade at Jay Prince. So this is what happened. The other day, Jay Prince uploaded a picture to Instagram that shows him posing with Larry Hoover associate Johnny Crusher Jackson and Quality Control's Pierre Thomas. And under the picture, Jay Prince wrote, quote, "Congratulations to both the homies that are making big moves where they from, Chicago and Atlanta. Keep doing what you doing. The real recognize real." End quote. Well, shortly after Jay Prince posted that pic, Offset went up in his Instagram stories and made 2 posts of his own. First, Offset wrote, quote, "I hate you ninjas with all my heart," end quote. And then he wrote, quote, "Fake lover MF, shaking my head," end quote. Listen, I feel like Offset is going to drive himself crazy with the hatred that he has for Jay Prince. So let me give Offset a little advice, and maybe this advice might help you too if you're out there beefing with somebody. When I have beef with somebody and I cut them off, I literally cut them off, which means I'm not following them on Instagram, I'm not following them on Twitter, I'm not all up in their Facebook page. I don't know what the heck they got going on, because I have moved on with my life. And sometimes the best revenge is being successful and happy, and you don't have to do nothing else. Offset has a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, he's got a career, he's doing his thing. He does not need to let Jay Prince live in his head rent-free. I guarantee you, if Offset didn't take the bait, Jay Prince would be the one sitting over there salty. Well, anyways, as is the case with any good beef, there's always an instigator waiting to jump in a mix. So after Jay Prince posted the pic and then Offset seemingly responded, Wack 100 chimed in on the photo and revealed that the picture was taken in 2021. He also accused Jay Prince of clout chasing. Wack wrote, quote, "Swipe left at Jay Prince respect. Clout chasing at his finest. Negro, don't post this like it's good. This pic was took 2021 when it was good. Not 4 hours ago, more like 18 months ago." End quote. You know what kills me? I really don't understand how these businessmen who supposedly got multi-million-dollar businesses got so much time to be going back and forth online. I mean, I don't have a multi-million-dollar company, but I don't even have time for that. That right there is crazy. I mean, shouldn't these dudes be like following the NASDAQ instead of following each other like on Instagram and Twitter? But while we're talking about Twitter, a few days ago, Pras from the Fugees got up on a stand and proudly proclaimed that he was an FBI informant, and then the jury found him guilty. Well, now, Kyrie Irving is weighing in on the situation because after the news dropped about Pras, Kyrie jumped on Twitter and he said, quote, "A whole FBI informant was in the Fugees for that long got me wondering how many more informants are in entertainment, media, and politics, silently destroying revolutionary movements from the inside." End quote. Kyrie went on to say, quote, "No matter what, I gotta stay poised and aware of who I'm around." End quote. But Kyrie wasn't done because a few minutes later he jumped back on Twitter and made another post that said, quote, "Now I see why Miss Lauryn Hill and countless others had to retire or disappear from their craft without anyone understanding why. So to all the revolutionary elders and ancestors who saw the writing on the wall and got free, we need you more than ever now." End quote. You know what? I hate to say it, but I think that Kyrie Irving is 100% correct. And I think that some of these people who are running around talking about they keep it real, they're actually ops that have been planted to destroy the culture. And I know there's somebody who's going to come in the comments and they're going to be like, "Sauce, ain't nobody planting nobody in the culture." Listen, when they wanted to take down Malcolm X, what did they do? They sent in a black informant to pose like he was a Muslim. When they wanted to take down the Panther Party, what did they do? They sent in a black informant to pose as a Panther. So they have a history of putting people in position. Listen, let me know if you agree with Kyrie. Do you think that there's a whole bunch of more informants out there? And also, do you think that Pras being an informant has something to do with the fact that Lauryn Hill wanted to get out the biz? Now check it out. It appears that Beyonce is taking on the Internal Revenue Service. Yes, the IRS. Last week, Bey filed a petition in U.S. tax court contesting $2.7 million in tax bills that she got for the years 2018 and 2019. Based on reports, after being assessed by the IRS, Bey allegedly owes $805,850 with an additional $161,170 in penalties for the year 2018. And for the year 2019, she owes $1,442,747 with an additional $288,549.40 in penalties. Well, Beyonce is not happy that she owes this money, and she's certainly not happy that she's not getting that TurboTax refund, because Beyonce is alleging that the IRS has made a mistake. Beyonce is claiming that the IRS is trying to do her dirty because they aren't allowing her to claim all of the deductions that she's owed, which include deductions for insurance, management fees, legal and professional services, utility, taxes, depreciation, and other deductible items. In her petition, Beyonce also argues that the IRS was incorrect when it found that she failed to report $1,449 in royalty income in 2018. Beyonce is also saying no, and contesting all of the penalties that have been added to the tax bill since 2018 and 2019. And she's saying that because of her quote-unquote good faith conduct, she should not have to pay those fees. Listen, all I'm gonna say is that if there's one thing I know, it's that you don't play with the IRS, because they have taken down people for more and they have taken down people for less. So trust me, they don't want to play around with that gang, because they'll come in your house, raid your crib, take everything, and they won't even leave you a glass to put your lemonade in. I mean, you see what they did to Toni Braxton. Listen, let me know what you think about Beyonce not paying those taxes and going head to head with the IRS. Now, let me see what other stories we got. 25-year-old Anthony Maldonado, who was one of the 3 dudes that was arrested and locked up for jumping Tekashi 6ix9ine in the LA Fitness, has had all of the charges against him dropped. Maldonado, who was arrested on March 30th along with 2 other suspects, Rafael Medina and Octavius Medina, denied that he had anything to do with the beatdown and said that this was a case of mistaken identity. Now, after the police dropped the charges, Maldonado did an interview with 1090 Jake on Instagram Live, and while he was talking to 1090 Jake, he said that being locked up was a curse and a blessing, because he said while he was in there, he was able to help one of the inmates find God, and he was also able to help another inmate get in contact with their mother. Look, if this dude really didn't have anything to do with it, I'm very glad that he has been exonerated. And he just proves that what the enemy means for evil, God can turn to good. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.